What part of being an adult were you absolutely not prepared for? Parents getting old. 2 years ago I was absolutely living the life. I'd moved out to Australia and my quality of life had skyrocketed. I went back home for the first time a few weeks ago and suddenly realized my parents are getting old. All of a sudden I'm worried about how long I can stay here and if I'll have to leave my career, relationships, friends behind. I know if I discuss this with my mum and dad they'd tell me to stay and do what's best for me, but I'm not sure I can let them grow old without me. Planning out a week's worth of meals before going to the grocery store and then not wanting to eat the meal I planned, but doing it anyway. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Worst part of this is remembering being a kid and having a go at your mom for buying the same shit week in week out, and then you get to adulthood and realize how impossible it is to plan a week's meals just for yourself, and that your mom was a literal hero because she managed this every week. Interviewing for jobs that I don't really want. Why should we hire you? Because you need someone to put items on the shelf. I have arms and can do this for you in exchange for cash. I'm constantly looking for a more qualified adult for supervision. I volunteered at a lot of events where I was the adult and was confused when people no more than 5 years younger than me approached me like an authority figure. Some guy called me sir and I was like, what the F, shut your mouth. In my head, of course. I later found out he was barely 5 years younger. Gave me a power trip for a while, walking around like I was the CEO of some company until my actual boss came in and started ordering me around in front of everyone. There's always a bigger fish. Realizing that time does in fact fly by. A wise man once said the years start coming and they don't stop coming. Having all my close friends slowly drift apart. Yeah, this or those board games collecting dust. I feel this. I got 2 board games for Christmas. I brought one to a party and everyone said it was too hard. It was only hard because they didn't pay attention when I was explaining and re-explaining the rules. Then we played Cards Against Humanity, which can be fun, but honestly, that's what everyone plays at every party for the past 10 years. It's boring. The fact that my progress in life, emotional, mental and physical, is completely and wholly my responsibility. No one really pushes you to do the right thing. It's ridiculously daunting. If I don't motivate myself to do something, I'll never make any progress. When you're young you have parents, teachers, etc. to push you, but when you're an adult you have to do everything yourself. Or they didn't push you because you did alright enough not to fail or draw attention. It followed into adulthood and you've just kinda been skating by, only to now you realize you've set yourself back years of actual progress and stability as an adult. This shit is the core of my anxiety. How quickly it happened. I'm turning 27 this year. And I know that doesn't seem that old to many people, but in my head I'm honestly still about 19. Except my body doesn't feel like 19. It feels at least 119. It just seems to have flown by. You know, I'm 28 and when I graduated college and entered the workforce I felt like a little kid 5 years in the workforce, and I still felt like a 20-year-old college kid. Then I got divorced. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me, and really all of 2018 was me experiencing a sustained mental crisis about it. And now abruptly, I feel like I'm 35. Tons of things, but the one thing I never heard anyone else say, maybe they really don't have it, or just don't want to say, is having to figure out how to bolster yourself, inspire yourself and reward yourself. As kids, we get parents, teachers, etc. who, hopefully, encourage us, praise us for achievements, celebrate with us. You grow up, and half the time your declaration of "hey, I did a good job with whatever" is met with an eye roll or variations of "oh, did you want a cookie?" I try to celebrate things, and if I hear something good, no matter how insignificant it might seem to most people, has happened for someone else, I congratulate them, or cheer them on. It just sucks that I don't know more people who react the same way. This is true. I was super disappointed that in adult life I get constant "you did X wrong" work faster from management and never ever hear "good work" when I go above and beyond. And I discovered that's pretty typical for everyone, not just a shitty job. Wow, sounds like you've got shitty management. A good manager recognizes good work and appreciates it. Probably that fact that I still feel like a kid. Definitely don't have the sense of wisdom and maturity I expected. My dad always said the voice in your head never changes. You just get older. Edit. Wow. I didn't know this would resonate with so many of you. I told my dad about this, and you all really made him smile. Thank you for that. The sheer amount of bureaucracy involved in everything. Forms. They're everywhere. Form fillers. That's how they get you. Anything you want to do in life, you've got to fill out a form. They've got forms for everything. You fill it out, T goes upstairs, and then they make you fill out a new form, just to confirm it was you who filled out the first form. And if you ever want to stop filling out forms, well, there's about 5 different forms for that. Burying dad, had to take charge, but had mum and brother to take the strain and share the process. Burying mum, on my own, no family to help. Going through all mum's belongings and realizing that I'm the only one left that these trinkets mean anything to, that they'll end up in the bin when I'm gone. Realizing I'm an orphan, on my own in my adopted country. A day later, I'm amazed at how many people took the time to reach out. I know we are never truly alone, but so many stories, offers of friendship or help. What an amazing community spirit. Heartfelt thanks to all of you who responded. I hope you find peace. I'm sorry for your losses. Loneliness. The depressing monotony of working the same job day after day. It hurts my soul for real. The other day I was in the break room with my coworker and boss. I looked out the window and to be funny I said there's a whole world out there, but we all felt the struggle of being stuck inside all day. Also, coworker and I saw in our pay stub the total number of hours we had been at the office. We wanted to cry. Here's some real depressing math for you. Every 4.2 years you're employed full time you will spend 1 continuous year working, not including the time spent commuting or getting ready for work. Doesn't even sound that bad, but there is also 1/3 of your life where you just sleep. So it's basically half of your life working. How tired I would be. All the time. Edit. Thank you everyone for the concern and ideas. I'll take them into account. Diet, exercise, hydration, and vitamins are definitely things I do need to improve on. I'm pretty sure a good part of it is my job though, which my hours change from week to week, and it's hard to move my sleep schedule around. Last week I was starting at 1 o'clock, this week at 8:15, and next week it will be 3 o'clock. Being constantly tired can be a sign of mental health issues. Go get yourselves checked if it affects your day too much. How incompetent everybody is. When I was a child adults always had the answer. You would look at somebody in their 30s and they knew, had their shit together, they had a house, a partner, 2 to 4 kids, a good career. Basically, adults knew what they were doing, everything was under control. Now I'm an adult, everything is a shit show. I'm the person who allegedly knows what they are doing. Half the time I'm just making stuff up. Everyone is doing this. Our whole society is held together by well-meaning people making guesses and duct tape. It is terrifying. 15 years, I know everything. 25 years, I don't know anything. 35 years, nobody knows anything. The crushing realization that no matter how hard I try, I will not be able to stop this body from slowly decaying. Sure I can slow it and whatnot, but eventually I'm gonna be so old that I can't hold back my shits. Edit. My first silver. I'll remember this as long as I can. My most liked and awarded comment is about me not wanting to shit myself. Thank you random internet stranger. Edit. Now y'all done got crazy. Thank you for the gilding. I shall use my newfound wealth to strengthen my sphincter and prepare for old age. Not having other adult friends or even potential adult friends close at hand. When you're a kid, friends, or even potential friends, are almost always close. Close by proximity. Close by in the same class. Close by at the same stop. Close by at the same swim meet. When you're an adult, you're more closed off. By your commute. By the train. By the bus. By the preschool schedule. By the 37.5 hours a week that you close yourself off from the ones that actually matter the most to you, so that you can, in turn, support the ones that matter the most to you. So you close yourself off from the ones that actually matter the most to you, so that you can, in turn, support the ones that actually matter the most to you. 37.5 Jude, are you Nordic? What heaven are we talking about here? The fact that we still work 40+ hours per week is the biggest scam society has pulled on us. In many fields, productivity has skyrocketed compared just 15 to 20 years ago. The cognitive load means we're in a way constantly working overtime, even when we think we don't. And, surprise surprise, it shows. Stress-related disorders, anxiety, depression, people being burned out, has skyrocketed as well. Things will have to change, and they will. I just hope it will be in my lifetime.